What's up, Tiffany? How you doing? Happy New Year to you too. Appreciate it. Thank you. I hope everything is going great with your New Year. Feeling good. Let me turn the volume up. Yeah. Yep. Hope all is well. Hope everything is going swell. Great. Hope you overcoming any obstacles, hurdles, all that. Yep. I got a message for all y'all. Nice, strong message. Had a real powerful dream last night. So, got a great message for y'all. Oh yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear you on the goals. I want to hear more. I want to hear more of it. We definitely gonna talk more about it. Definitely want to hear more. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna jump straight into it. And whoever else coming after this, they gonna catch the rest of the message, catch the rest of the gems that I'm gonna drop as far as the message and the dream I have for everybody in the collective. And they can always run it back because it's live. So um, we're gonna start it off. So peace and blessings, much respect to y'all. I hope everything is good with y'all. I hope your day is going good. If not, I hope the rest of your day get better. But I got a message for y'all. So of course, we in the new year. Everybody always got the motto, the cliche motto, a new year, new me, but rather than focus on that, I want everybody to focus on their resilience, because we always talk about trying to change things about ourselves or do things different. We're going to be this person this year, that person, whatever the case is. And nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with always, bettering yourself, making better goals, trying to accomplish bigger things. Nothing's wrong with that. But we don't always reward ourselves. And that's the message. Your resilience will be rewarded. Your resilience will be rewarded. So we don't always reward ourselves with the year that we had previously we had. Mainly because it didn't go our way. A lot of things didn't go in the timing that we wanted it to. A lot of things didn't manifest in the time we wanted it to, or they didn't happen at all like we thought it would. So we always go into that new year, new me, scrap old year, this year is mine, and we don't reward ourselves or look at it as a reward as the year that we went through that wasn't as the best as we thought it should be. We don't look at it as um, a test of our resilience. So that's the message I want to focus on, and the message I'm getting from God, the universe, the ancestors about your resilience will be rewarded. So going into this year, 2024, let's not focus on too much about changing too much of ourselves and doing this different and all that other stuff that we always try to do. Put expectations, rather, thank you, putting high expectations on ourselves, because we always do that every year, and then when it don't go that way, we get down on ourselves and we feel very lack mentality of things because we feel like we didn't get it done or we didn't get it accomplished in the fashion that we thought we should, and we don't focus on our resilience. So even if you didn't have a good 2023, things didn't go your way, things might have failed, might have many hardships, many difficult situations, many trials, tribulations, hurdles that you had to get over and jump over. We don't reward ourselves and think about our resilience through it all. So we have to reward ourselves and also pat ourselves on the back and be like, hey, that 2023 was a tough year. Things didn't go the way I thought it was going to go, but I'm not going to get down on myself and look at it like next year is the year is going to be mine, because every year is supposed to be yours, no matter if it's good or bad, because you got life, and you got many opportunities to see more life, to make every day better, every month better, every year better, and whatever way you want to put it. So, but we also have to reward ourselves with our resilience. So there's things that we went through in 2023 that others couldn't have made it through, but we don't see it that way when we always looking at, oh, this year was crap, next year is going to be better, and then when it doesn't get better next year, we keep going into that stupor and more of depression, anxiety, feeling like we left behind, feeling like we didn't accomplish things that we should have accomplished or should have been done already. And we have to give ourselves grace. Just like I was saying in the last slide, we have to give ourselves grace, and we have to give ourselves compassion. We always have compassion for others, but we don't have compassion for ourselves. And we don't give ourselves grace the way we give others grace. So we have to, that's part of the resilience. So if things didn't go your way, yes, we all went through craziness in 2024 and beyond. In 2024, and we're going to go through other tests beyond 2024. That's what I meant to say. But we also have to honor and be happy and have grace and have compassion about the resilience we had, because we did make it to 2024, no matter how 2023 went. We did overcome all those obstacles that we went in 2023. We did pass all those tests, even though we thought they were failures. None of these things are happening for no reason. These things are happening for a reason. They're happening for you. So that's the mindset we're supposed to have going into 2024. Instead of thinking that things is happening against you and happening to you, these things are happening for you, because they're building up your strength mentally. They're building up your mentality. They're building up your emotional strength. They're building up what one of my favorite content creators on YouTube call your scar tissue. So you're building up your scar tissue emotionally, or what you can take emotionally, what you could take spiritually, what you could take physically, health-wise, all that, financial, whatever way you want to put it. But that is building your resilience. So your resilience in the last year, even though it didn't look like it was supposed to, even though it don't look pretty, even though it was ugly, you're going to be rewarded for your resilience. So don't look at, I didn't accomplish this in 2023. I didn't do this the way I thought, or this didn't happen in the time I thought in 2023, or I thought I would be here by 2024. Don't focus on that, because we always focusing on that when the new year come about, oh, new year, new me. This year I'm gonna get this done, and we always putting high, what's the word? Requirements on ourselves, and then when we don't accomplish it that year either, that's when all that getting down on yourself, looking at everybody's life, looking at everybody else's life, like, oh, they passing me by. When is it going to be my time? When is it going to be my time to receive the glory? And that's when you unfocus on the mission. So to keep yourself focused on the mission in 2024, look back at your resilience of everything that you went through in 2023 and reward yourself, because you got to realize you overcame things that a lot of people wouldn't have made it through. You made it past a lot of tests that a lot of people would have continued to fail. So this year in 2024, remember that your resilience will be rewarded. Yes, the high expectations. Thank you. That's the word I was looking. High expectations. Thank you, Tiff. Instead of, I said requirements, but yes, we put high expectations. Thank you, Tiff. We put high expectations on ourselves, and we always trying to put those high expectations, and then we don't reach it. That's when we get down on ourselves. That's when we start talking down on ourselves, when we start thinking really bad about everything about us, and that little ego voice gets in your head and starts saying, oh, you ain't this, you ain't that. What makes you think you could accomplish that? What makes you think you could pursue that? What makes you think you could even get to this level? And that's when all that talk starts happening. So let's focus on your resilience, because what you made it through, like I said, what you made it through in 2023 to get to 2024, a lot of people wouldn't have been able to go through that. A lot of people wouldn't have been able to have the capacity to withstand that. They wouldn't have had the heart to do what you did. They wouldn't have had the mentality to make it another day. You know how hard it is every day to get up when things aren't going your way, to keep telling yourself, I got another day, I got to keep going, I got to fight, I got to keep the strength up. You know how hard that is to have your emotions in a good place, even when you get alone and you crying, when nobody else don't see you crying, when you don't feel like getting up that day because your emotions is all in the wreck, but you still come out, you still smiling, you still giving people grace, you still giving out happiness, you still being a respectable person, you still having morals, values, and principles, and you're not taking out your anger and frustrations on people because things not going your way. That takes a lot of resilience, and a lot of people don't have that capacity within themselves. So you have to remind yourself that you're going to be rewarded for that. So instead of getting down on yourself and thinking like, oh, I didn't get this accomplished, or I didn't have this manifest in the way I thought it was going to be, reward yourself for your resilience, because your resilience is going to be rewarded in 2024 and the rest of the years after that. So that's the beginning of the message. Now I'm going to get to, excuse me, because it's a little cold out here. Make sure I ain't got no. Make sure the nose is all good on the camera. But so that's the first half of the message. Now I'm gonna get into the dream that connects to that. So last night, I had this dream, right? I was in my house, but the house, it was like I was having a housewarming, and it was filled with people. It mostly felt like family, but it felt like ancestors in the spiritual realm. So the house was full. My grandmother was there. My grandmother passed in June of 2022. She was there, and that's when I knew. I was like, okay, I'm in the spiritual room with the ancestors. So the house was full. It felt like a housewarming. And it was weird. Like everywhere I went in the house, it was fruit everywhere. In the kitchen, it was fruit. When I went to the living room, it was big bags of mangoes. When I went into the bathroom to use the bathroom, even when it was just strawberries and blackberries all over the floor. Everywhere I went, in the tub, it was cabbage. Everywhere I went, it was some type of vegetable or fruit. It was everywhere. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm realizing it in the dream. But I'm trying to figure out exactly what it's for. And like I said, my grandmother passed in June of 2022, but she was in there, so that's how I knew it was the ancestors in my house. So it was just a house full of ancestors. And what I got from that housewarming, because it felt like a gathering, but it felt like a celebration. So what I got from that was that, like I said in the message, your resilience is being rewarded. So I felt like it was celebrating and rewarding me for everything that I've been through in my own personal life. I'm pretty sure y'all can apply this to your life or whatever y'all went through in 2023. But in my own personal life, I went through a lot that and I'm still going through those things, but I don't talk about it on camera and stuff like that for my own personal reasons. But it's things that I'm fixing when it comes to my own personal things and family things and stuff like that that I was going through. And I felt like that dream is not just for me, it's for everybody as well, because I'm a channeler as well for others. So that's what I got from that about it was a housewarming, but it was a celebration. And that's where all the fruit was everywhere and the cabbage and everything, because that's the vegetation and the fruit of life, your fruits of your labor. Everything was manifesting and everything was growing. And it was awesome. My grandmother, when I came back in from the bathroom to the kitchen, she handed me this big plate of mangoes. And she was just like, eat up. So I remember, and mangoes is one of my favorite fruits. So I remember I was eating up the mangoes, and it was so sweet and everything. And I was like, damn, this mango is good. And then I woke up. So that's what I was telling y'all. Don't think about the past year, 2023, in a negative way. Think that your fruits of your labor in 2024 are now ripe, and they're about to bloom, and they're about to be rewarded to you to have a feast and eat and get all the nutrition. Thank you, God. Get all the nutrition, all the vitamins, all the things that those fruits and that dream was there, that was in the dream. Get all that nutrition and vitamins and energy and everything that those fruits give to us. That's exactly what you're about to have, because everything that you thought was supposed to happen in 2023 is going to happen in 2024. Why? And it's not just because of your gifts, your talents, your abilities. Those things are all key factors as well, but the main component is your resilience. So that's going to make everything your fruits of your labor come into fruition now. So the blessings are going to come in unexpected ways. We thinking that it's going to come through the gifts and the talents and the things we doing and the way we put ourselves out there to the public. If you got a public platform or a gift that you got to do publicly, but the blessing is going to come in unexpected ways, in ways that you didn't even think it would happen, through people that you didn't even think it would happen through. So that's because of your resilience. God, the universe, and ancestors is all watching your resilience through it all. So that's what the celebration was in the dream I had with the ancestors and the fruit. Because like I said, you're going to be celebrating and getting the fruits of your labor. So everything is coming, but it's not going to be in the ways that you expect it to come, because you're not being rewarded just off your talents and abilities and everything. You're being rewarded off your resilience, your heart, your grace, your compassion, your morals, your values, your principles, your respectability as a person. Is that even a word? Being a respectable person, rather, and all the things of that it takes to be a glorious soul. Even when things are not going your way, because it's easy for people to treat people great when everything is going great in their life. They got this, they got that, this is happening. But a real test of a person and their character is when everything is not going their way. Are they still treating people nice? Are they still being respectable? Are they still being a kind person? Are they still doing all of those things, even though things may not be going the way that they wanted to in their own personal life? So exactly, exactly, Tiff, a lot of us cried a lot of tears. I done cried a lot of tears in 2023. A lot of us done cried a lot in 2023. So this is what I'm saying. Your resilience, that dream with the ancestors that I had, and they always in the house, and it was a housewarming and a celebration. That was a representation of what I said in the beginning about your resilience will be rewarded in 2024. And that's what all that fruit in the dream was about everything, your fruits of your labor now coming into fruition, because it's not about just your gifts and your talents and your abilities that we always try to bring into manifestation, and we'll be like, oh yeah, new year, new me, this year's mine, this year I'm making this happen. That's all cool and all, but that's where the high expectations always come in. And then when it don't happen that year either, that's when the depression comes, the anxiety, looking at everybody else's life like, why it's not happening for me yet, when it's going to be my time. Instead of us focusing on, yo, this last year was crazy, but let me reward myself, because my resilience to make it through that year, to make it to this next year, my resilience to still be a great person, even though that year was effed up, my resilience to still have heart to go each every day and still continue, my resilience to still physically get myself up and work out and whatever the case is, my resilience to emotionally let the tears out, let it out, purge out, but then still put a smile on my face and still come out, give everybody hugs and how you doing, good mornings, good afternoons, good evenings, good nights, all those things. My resilience is spiritually still go and pray, because a lot of people only want to pray when it's good. They don't want to pray and get on their knees or cry to God and be like, yo, everything ain't going good right now, but I still believe in you. I still got faith in you. I still believe that you're going to make a way. I still believe the blessing that you promised me, you showed me, is coming. So that's the things we need to focus on in 2024. Like I said, it's all good to be like, yeah, new year, new me. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that this year. But focus on your resilience being rewarded. Focus on, yes, 2023 was rough, but I made it through things that nobody could ever make it through. I made it through things that nobody could ever even imagine. And all that resilience is going to be rewarded in 2024. And that's what the dream was about, with the ancestors coming, celebrating, fruit being all in the house. It was mangoes, strawberries, blackberries, cabbage was everywhere. That's the vegetation. Everything was ripe. And that's going to be your blessings of everything, because not just because of your talents, not because of your gifts, not because of your abilities, but because of your resilience. So that's the message. Remember that. It's good and everything to put those goals and everything, to have those expectations, but sometimes when we do that, we put too much high expectations on ourselves, and when we don't meet that mark the next year either, that's when that depression comes, the anxiety, that negative self-doubt, that negative talk, that ego in your head saying, why would you think that you could do this? Who are you to think that you could get this many followers? Who are you to think that you could reach as many people? Who are you to think that you could write this book? Who are you to think that you can perform on the stage? Who are you to think that you can start this business? Whatever the case is, whatever applies to you, you could fill in the blank. So remember that it's good to do that stuff, but also remember what it could do as well when we don't accomplish it into that next year. So rather always being every year, new me, this year's mine, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Even if the year before, like I said, I use myself as an example, 2023 was rough for me. Instead of me looking at it like, yo, that year was crazy, this year, 2024 is mine, I'm going to look at it like, yeah, that was crazy, but what did I learn? My resilience is stronger than it was any other year before that. My mentality was stronger than any year before that. My emotional state was stronger than any year before that. Things that people was doing years ago couldn't get to me in 2023, even though it was rough. Things that my mindset was different of how I got over the hump in 2023 because of all this resilience. my spirituality was way stronger. I was praying more. I was meditating longer. I was seeing different things. I was going into the realms fighting. I was having spiritual wars. I was going to wars with the witches and the warlocks and the dreams. Like, you got to look at all that, like, yo, my resilience. Yeah, well, yeah, things ain't happening the way I thought it was going to happen. Things ain't happen in the way I thought it was going to happen. But my resilience is what got me through that. And I made it into another year. So we need to reward ourselves and be like, yo, things ain't happened the way I thought it was, or it didn't happen in the time that I thought it was, but my resilience got me to see another year. And because of that, I'm going to see the fruits of my labor in a way that I don't even expect the blessings to come in this year, 2024. So that's the message. Even if 2023 was rough for y'all, remember, you got over the hump of things that people couldn't ever imagine, couldn't ever do, because your resilience is on another level. And because of that, that's going to be the reason why you reap what you sow, and you reap all the benefits, and you receive the fruits of your labor. And that's what that dream was about last night. Like I said, it wasn't just for me, it was for y'all as well. So you're going to receive the fruits of your labor. Be patient with yourself. Be genuine. Be compassionate with yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself. Stop having those high expectations because we don't know when things going to happen. We always be like, y'all want it to happen there, but God got a different plan. The universe got a different plan. It's going to happen on God, the universe, your ancestors' timing. Yeah, time is precious, but timing is everything. That's what I always say. Time is precious, but timing is everything. So it may not happen in the time we want it, but it's going to happen in the timing that it was supposed to happen. That's when you hear the quotes, right place, right time. I was just decided to go here, and this person was here that connected me to this. That's all timing. That's not just time. So we have to stop getting out of the mindset of time and working on the timing. So put in the work mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and all that stuff. Put your time into that. But also remember, work on your timing, because that's when the things are going to come, when it's unexpected. That's when you're going to meet the person in the connection when it's unexpected. And that's when the blessing is going to come when it's unexpected, because it don't work on the time we want it. It's going to happen on the timing that God, the universe, and ancestors wanted to come into fruition. So run that back. For those that didn't catch it from the beginning, please run this back, because the message is for everybody. It's not just, this dream wasn't just for me. And the message is for everybody, because it's an important message for all of us, including myself. So I don't tell y'all nothing that don't apply to my life as well. So peace and blessings to y'all. Much respect, much love. I appreciate everybody that was listening to this live and is still currently listening. I hope all is well with y'all. Keep doing your thing. Like I always say, whether we run, whether we jog, whether we sprint or crawl, because life is that hard. Sometimes we can't run, we can't jog, we can't sprint. Only thing we could do is crawl to that destination. But like I always say, somehow, some way, we got to make it to our destination someday. So peace, blessings, much respect, much love. I love y'all. Keep doing your thing. Stay focused. Get out your head. Stop being so hard on yourself. And remember, things don't happen on the time we want it, but it's going to happen in the timing that it's supposed to. So always remember that. Keep that in your heart. Keep being a great person, even if things was crazy in 2023, because your resilience is going to be rewarded this year and beyond. And you're going to reap all the fruits of your labor of what you sowed, and you're going to get everything and even more than you ever could imagine. So remember that. I love y'all. Have a blessed rest of the day, and to the next topic. Peace.